So Star Trek Beyond is fast approaching us, and I am more than a little worried for that movie. But hey, let's look on the bright side and remember the two good movies we got out of the Star Trek name. Now this technically isn't a reboot because it acknowledges that the old movies happened. It's a Days of Future Past kind of time-bendy thing. And this is essentially The Force Awakens for Star Trek, because hey, it's the first Star Trek movie in a long time, and we're gonna bring back an old character. So when Leonard Nimoy, rest in peace, old Spock shows up. That was pretty cool. Let's get right into it. So everybody knows JJ likes his lens flare, and boy oh boy, does it suck. Now I like the last two Star Trek movies a lot, and I think the action for the most part is pretty well done. But in the opening scene, the flashback with Chris Hemsworth, with Nero just destroying their ship. Alright, I'm okay with a little lens flare, I guess. It's like, if you want to have some bright lights that kind of flash across the screen as a camera pans, that's okay. But when the camera's shaking, moving quickly, and there's like strobe lights flashing in and out, that is just a one-way ticket to a puke all over the floor. And it looks like shit, and I'm okay with the set looking shiny, just don't flash, for God's sakes. I don't want to look like I'm going to strobe lights in a neon nightclub. The best part of this movie is the casting and the writing and the dialogue. Chris Pine is a fantastic Kirk, Zachary Quinto is a great Spock, I love Bruce Greenwood as Captain Pike, and Carl Urban as Bones. Man, he's funny. And this movie is just full of great lines. Like, your father was captain of the ship for, 13 minutes and saved, 800 people. It's like, I dare you to do better. It was like, that's a good line. And when Carl Urban's ex-wife took the whole planet in the divorce, all I got left is my bones. I was laughing my ass off the first time I heard that. And when these characters are all on the bridge and oh shit, this thing happened, how do we deal with this scenario? Those are very good scenes. Watching them kind of figure out what to do is very engaging. For JJ's first movie in Star Trek, Star Trek is kind of one of those super hardcore dedicated fan bases, so you gotta be careful what you do, and they blew up Vulcan. That was a pretty ballsy move. Just the colors of the ship. It's nice clean white, and everybody's either got a red, blue, or yellow jersey uniform. And despite some of the shaky cam and lens flare, there are still some very well shot scenes. When it shows the little tiny Enterprise next to this huge ass claw Nero ship thing, it's just a fun movie. It's a well directed, well written, good movie. And again, I haven't watched the original Star Trek series, but I did see quite a bit of Next Generation, so I'm familiar with Star Trek, just not this Star Trek. But at the end of the movie, where Leonard Nimoy is the one who finally gets to be space, the final frontier, that was pretty cool. I would say if you haven't seen Star Trek or aren't really a fan of the series, you should definitely give it a try. This is a very accessible movie. And minus a couple headache-inducing scenes is a solid 8 out of 10.